Carmen, you are to leave this house right now. What? Holly, what's going on here right now? I happen to know what you've been up to. You are after my husband's inheritance, right? His inheritance? You're telling me that I'm after your husband's inheritance? Like his money and stuff? And that is why you are working so hard to make sure he's taken care of by you now, correct? The fact that my son's wife is coming into this house and dealing with all of my husband's needs in order to get his money when he passes, that's you trying to swindle him and I, right? What exactly are you going on about right now? I know that I'm not going to get any of his inheritance the day he passes, and I've also never really talked with anyone about it to the point where I think I'd be getting it. Well, of course you'd never talk about it and say you don't expect to get anything from him because you're trying to steal it from us. I've seen that you're very good at making art on that laptop of yours. And what does that have to do with me supposedly going after your husband's inheritance? You seem to really know your stuff when it comes to making art on there, so you must also know your stuff when it comes to committing fraud and all that illegal stuff, too. I'm sorry, but I'm not sure where you see the connection in my abilities with computer design and doing things that are fraudulent. What has led you all this way to thinking something like that? Not only did you come out of nowhere saying all these things about me, but most of it doesn't even make any sense. All of my husband's inheritance is mine to keep. Wait, what I want to know is why, of all times, have you chosen now to start talking about things like his inheritance? This is all way too strange for me. I will not give you a single penny of it. Answer my question, Holly. What is all of this about? I have no idea what's going on right now. Cooper, I'm sorry. I'm going to be heading back home to my parents' house for a while. Actually, I'm already on the bus heading home to them now.
Oh, what? What's going on? Why are you going back to your parents' place?
Well, your mom started talking about all these strange things. I wasn't able to make any sense of it, and it seems that she's too far gone right now for me to get any answers from her. So I'll be away for a little while to try and give her some time to calm down.
So in other words, my mom has gone and started having more of those crazy delusions again?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure what ended up happening, though, to start those delusions again, but I made sure to take some screenshots of the conversation I had with her. I'll send them to you now, and hopefully you'll be able to piece together what might have happened to her this time.
Sounds good.
Also, there's the whole thing of taking care of your dad.
Don't worry about it. I've been thinking about being around him more for a while now, so I'll take some time to stay home from the office and work remotely. Also, it's not like my dad is completely helpless, as he still can do quite a few things on his own. I know things were probably a real headache again for you regarding my mom, but since you're heading all the way back to your parents' house, take the time to really relax there, please.
Thank you, Cooper. And thank you for taking care of your dad for me.
Have a safe trip home, okay? Carmen, I had a look through all the screenshots you sent me. What the heck happened here? Honestly, I want to know myself why right now, of all times, my mom is wanting to start talking about my dad's inheritance.
That's the same way I was feeling. Why would she be talking about it all right now?
By the way, when I got home from work today, my mom was standing at the counter with this large dinner made for me with a huge grin on her face.
Oh?
Do you think that I can go show my dad all these screenshots you sent me?
I don't really care what you do with them, but is that going to be all right for him?
Well, I'm not really sure I can say things will be fine with him, but right now is the best time for him to see something like this.
You think so?
If my dad starts to give me some details on what's going on here, gives me the go-ahead to tell you about it, I will. But, I'm starting to think that all this is only going to get worse for everyone involved before things start to get better again.
I kind of agree with that. But this is something that he should be aware of too, I guess, so please let him know about it.
Thank you. I will.
Carmen, you don't have to ever come back here again, okay? Holly. Well, even if you do come all the way back here, I'm not going to let you back into this house. I still haven't really come around to understanding what all you're talking about, Holly. The whole reason I came back to my parents' house is because I started to realize that you weren't going to calm down any for some time now. So I'll be staying here with them for a little while and you won't have to worry about me. Excuse me, I am always calm. If anything, I am so calm all the time that I was able to see right through your lies and could tell that you were trying to go after my husband's inheritance. But the thing is, I'm not after any of his money. I know that as of right now, there's not really any sense in talking to you at all, as you're still a little bit out there, so for the time being, I'll be at my parents' place. And you don't ever have to come back here. My things are all still over at your house, though, so there will be some point in the near future where I have to stop by and get everything. But for a little bit, I'll be out of your way. Goodbye now. Cooper, I just received a few more texts from your mom. As far as I can tell, things aren't going to work out with her.
I see.
How are things going with you and your dad? Has he said anything about those screenshots you've shown him?
He has. And I was actually getting ready to tell you all about it once I had the chance. He's told me that this is pretty good timing, actually, for some things he had in mind. So he's going to make his move really soon.
I see. Well, as long as he has a plan in mind, then I guess we're good here.
I think by the beginning of next month he'll be ready to move, so you and I can work alongside him. All right?
Sounds good. Hey, Carmen, why have you come all the way back here? We talked about how I'd have to come over one more time to grab all of my things last month, right? I get it. You said that to me before, but I know in reality you're here to take all of our things that you can and make a little extra money on selling to thrift stores, right? I will not allow that to happen. Then you can stand watch over me as I pack the rest of my things up and get out of here. And actually, you are in the house with me right now, so why are you texting me all of this when you could just come up to me and talk? I have no idea what dangerous things you could do to me, so I won't get anywhere near you. Is that right? Have you come around to understanding that all the things you keep saying are totally mind-boggling? I don't have time to think about that. Now get out of here. I will not allow my daughter-in-law to come into this house any longer and take what my husband has from me. I feel so sorry for my son getting all caught up in your scheme to swindle this whole family. He must have no clue about you. Well, there's no money here for low-life frauds like you. You divorce my son right now and leave us all alone. I'm already on my way out of here. And the divorce happened a while ago. What? That's why I'm here right now, grabbing the rest of my things and am making my way out of here. I only have a few more things to grab here, so can I stop texting with you for the time being? And as far as the key to this house, I'll leave it in the mailbox for you once I get outside. Is that so? Finally, you've given up. Don't you ever step foot on this property ever again, you hear me? Carmen, what the hell is this? What's going on now? When all you say is this, I have no idea what you're talking about, so how about you give me a little more detail first? My husband left me some divorce paperwork and left this house, and following right behind him, Cooper. I know that you were the one that took a hold of those two and forced them to leave me here. Give me back my family. Can I ask you something really quick? What? I'm not sure if you're going to give me a comprehensible answer to this or not, but thought I might as well try asking. All of this stuff about me going after your husband's inheritance and such, where did you end up hearing about that? Who or what told you that I was going after his money? Huh? Oh, you of all people should already know the answer to that one. Your parents' bakery went under and now they have a lot of money that they have to pay to the banks because of all the money that they borrowed. What? And as you've been running around trying to find where to get that money to help them pay off their debts, you started to eye up my husband's money. My parents' bakery? As far as I'm aware, their bakery is still in business and they haven't had to borrow any sort of money from the bank. Huh? But a little while back I had walked by where their bakery normally was and it was turned into a 24/7 shop. Well, about that, my parents moved locations. They moved the bakery? They started to listen to some of their customers' feedback, and what a lot of them were saying is that the bread and all is nice, but that the store was too small. So they went ahead and rented a new location just down the street. That's almost double the square footage. And that's where they moved their shop into. Didn't someone tell you about this? What? By the way, if that bakery was really in a bad situation and went under, I would have said something about it to everyone, and so would Cooper. Also, when it comes to my father-in-law, his legs are not that bad, and he can still pretty much do all of his daily routine on his own. How the heck did his inheritance come into play recently? Don't you feel a little bit stupid bringing something like that up when there has been nothing related to it at all? Well, it's because you really went off the deep end this time that your husband went and asked for a divorce. That's right. Where is he right now? Cooper came out to see me and my parents here at my parents' house. But I'm not sure where your husband went. What? But Cooper is with you. You both got a divorce, right? Why would he be with you at your parents' house right now if you got a divorce? Because just a second ago, we went and got married again at the courthouse. Why would you go through all that trouble? Because it seems that this time Cooper wants to receive my family's name in the marriage, and so that's what he's done. Excuse me? This is all stuff that I think Cooper would much rather talk to you about himself. So I'm going to get going and let him have a conversation with you now. What's going on here?
Mom?
Cooper!
To start things off, Dad went and entered a retirement home, just like he had been wanting to do.
A retirement home? Why the hell would he do that? What's all of this about right now? Did he do something like that to try and hide from Carmen? That's what happened here, right? And now she's forcing you to remarry her and take on her family's name.
When is this going to end, Mom?
What?
The reason that I want to take her family's name in this marriage is because I want to.
But why would you do that?
Because I freaking hate being your son.
Huh?
Whenever the smallest things change, you start to have these freaking delusions about what happened and go completely off the deep end, making up this story that has no meaning to it. Then you start to get people who have no involvement in whatever you're going on about involved, and from there you start pinning them as the culprit and start to either treat them with disdain, or you completely push them away, thinking you're the victim of something that's not even happening. This time was the last straw for me, Mom. Things like this have gone on for far too long with you, and I don't want anything to do with it anymore. And this time, by far, has been the worst. Since you went and had my wife kicked out the house, and then asked for her to divorce me. Calling her a fraud, saying that she was after Dad's money, and the same thing goes for Dad in this situation. He's still young. He's not in any sort of bad shape, so why would you start talking about his inheritance? Like he's going to die soon. You are completely lost, Mom.
No, wait, I didn't mean to.
I'm done with your crap, Mom.
Cooper.
I'm no longer forgiving you for behaving that way. This is the end of you and I. I'm cutting ties to you.
You would never.
You should be able to understand now why Dad wanted to get a divorce from you.
What?
After this, you'll have to talk with his lawyer about it.
He's gotten a lawyer involved now?
Well, he's had to, because no matter what anyone tries to tell you, you make it all about yourself and only fall deeper into your delusions. So he'll have a lawyer handle all of the legal things for him, considering the lawyer is more capable of handling crazies like you.
No way.
Goodbye forever.
Carmen, oh please would you lend me $50,000? I'm on the lookout for a lawyer right now that will be able to help me beat my husband in court so that we don't have to get this divorce. As long as I can get enough money to afford one of these super strong lawyers, then my husband will have to listen to me and will never be able to leave my side. So that's why I need that $50,000. If your parents' bakery is all fine and still in business, then that means you must still have plenty of money yourself, right? I'll make sure to pay you back with my husband's inheritance someday." "So, your delusions are starting up again?" "What?" "I have no reason to help you battle my father-in-law in court. Go see yourself a therapist or something now. Bye-bye." In the end, it became pretty clear to everyone why Holly was always so delusional about everything going on in her life, and why she always claimed to be the victim. It turns out that growing up, she had been incredibly spoiled by her parents. And going through school and college, she was always the pretty girl. Because of all that, she had this massive pride that soon led to her thinking that everyone else was wrong and that she was right. Both Cooper and I learned about all of this from his dad when we next went and saw him at the retirement home. He and Cooper both told me a bunch of stories about how she'd always have these delusions about things like relationships, the news, the government, and so on, which would cause the both of them quite a bit of stress at times. But this last time, when she was going on about wanting her husband's inheritance and that she wouldn't let me get a penny of it, Cooper's dad was no longer comfortable with her anymore. He is still young after all, so there shouldn't be any sort of talk about his death and his money right now, which is what ended up breaking his heart. And that's why he had to divorce her and get out of the house. After the divorce was approved and made final, Holly went back to her parents' old house. But things didn't get any better there, and she began to cause issues for many people in her family, to the point that one day they called the mental health services on her and had her taken to a hospital to be treated. She's gone through many kinds of medications now in search of one that can calm her delusions down, but it will take even more time to get her to stop having them entirely. There are times where she does get to go back to her parents' house for short periods of time, but during those times, she's not allowed out of the house and must stay in the basement so that she's not overstimulated.
Hey, Mom, how are you? I'm glad I caught you in time. Sorry to bother you so late. Can we talk? It'll only take a minute.
Oh, hello, Kathy. Nice evening, huh? What can I do for you? I didn't expect to get line message from you. Very unusual. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble.
No, nothing like that. I was just thinking, would you mind accompanying me this Saturday and Sunday? There's somewhere I wanted to take you. It's a surprise.
Pardon me? A surprise? I wonder what I did to earn such a surprise. Are you saying you want to go out with me on the weekend? Spend time together?
Yes, I guess you can say that. A nice mother and daughter-in-law outing. It'll be fun.
I see. Again, that's really unusual coming from you, Kathy. You never ask me out, even for lunch.
Can I ask you something? Have you been in touch with Andy recently? Have you asked him to him at all? Texted him?
You mean Andrew? My son, Andrew. I know you call him Andy. I prefer Andrew. Oh yes, I've been pretty busy recently, so I haven't contacted him in a while. Why do you ask? He's not in some sort of trouble, is he?
Well, I've been thinking recently that maybe I want to divorce him.
Hang on a minute. Divorce? Are you serious? Why? What happened? Are you guys having marital problems?
I didn't expect such a reaction from you, to be honest. I thought you'd be asking me the questions.
Pardon me? What do you mean? Did I say something out of line?
No. I guess it's a normal reaction. Just forget what I said. It doesn't matter.
I see. So I shouldn't ask why you want to break up with Andrew. At least not now. You just want some advice, perhaps.
That's what I wanted to discuss with you over the weekend. I figured we should talk face to face considering the subject matter.
Yes, I suppose you're right. There are things you can't re-explain by just texting online. Maybe it would be better to sit down and talk, huh?
As sort of compensation for taking the time, I reserved a hotel suite at the beach resort over at Brighton Beach.
Really? Brighton Beach? Wow! That's a pretty nice place. I don't think I've ever been there. You reserved a suite there just so we can talk?
No need to get excited. I know a friend that works in management. She got me a really reasonable price. I'll pay for the whole thing, so don't worry.
But it just seems sort of extravagant. How about I pay half?
Please, Mom, no need for that. Just do as I say. I'd really appreciate it. This is my treat for being such a wonderful mother-in-law. Anyway, this may be the last time we meet.
Right. Thank you for saying that.
Okay, then that's that. We meet the hotel on Saturday about noon. What do you say? It takes about an hour to drive out there. Pretty easy find. I'll send you all the details later on, so be ready and you're set. Any question, just text me. It'll be fun, I assure you. Oh, and one more thing. This is a confidential girl-only thing, so not a word to Andy or your husband. You got that? Just tell them you're meeting with your usual friends or something.
All right, Kathy. I'll do as you ask. I'll just pack an overnight bag. A bit unusual, but if you insist, Kathy. Kathy, are you there? Sorry it's a bit late. More traffic than I expected. I'm just about to enter the hotel grounds. What should I do once I park the car? Should I park over here in the east parking area next to the hotel? Looks like it's pretty crowded.
Oh, hey, Mom. I never thought you would arrive. I already checked us in, so once you enter, just go past the front desk into the elevator. 3rd floor. It's a sunshine suite. There are signs there pointing toward the room. Just follow the signs and let yourself in. It's unlocked.
3rd floor. Sunshine suite. Okay, got it. I don't need to stop off and get a key at the front desk, right?
Yeah, just go straight to the room. Beth, I'm sorry about earlier. I hope you're not angry or anything. I thought people would find it sort of strange if we talked too long out there in the hallway. So I thought it'd be better to continue this conversation with line messages. It's been quite some time, hasn't it? It's me, Paula. You seem to be in good health, Aunt Beth.
Are you by any chance my niece, that Paula?
Yes, that's right. I'm glad you remember me.
Really? Oh my god! The last time we talked was like 5 or 6 years ago, wasn't it? You had just graduated from college, right? By the way, what did you mean by sorry about earlier? Are you talking about just a few minutes ago?
Yes, that's right. Sorry about that. I guess you didn't recognize me. I don't look much like I did when we last met. That young woman that led you to your suite, that was me.
That was you, the hotel manager? In that dark suit with hair tied back. That pretty woman?
Yes, I married the owner of this place 4 years ago and started working as a hotel manager. Actually, I'm the co-owner, but I needed to learn the hotel business, so you might recall I studied hotel management in college. I know, I must look completely different from when you last saw me. I lost a lot of weight since then. I must have lost at least 60 pounds, give or take.
I didn't recognize you at all, but it's great to see you. Yes, I remembered you wanted to work in a hotel someday. So you fulfilled your dream. That's great.
I'm really sorry to surprise you, Beth. You don't mind if I call you Beth, do you? It's kind of weird calling you Beth out in public, but there's another reason for that.
Call me Beth by all means, but what do you mean? Anyway, you become such a beautiful woman. That uniform makes you look so elegant.
It's so nice of you to say that.
That aside, why did you bring me to the suite? I thought I was going to the Sunshine Suite. That's where my daughter-in-law made reservations for. She had already checked us in, and I was on my way there when you stopped me and brought me here. What's going on? Was it some sort of mistake? Was the room already taken or something?
No, it was no mistake. That friend of yours is your son's wife, Kathy, right?
Yes, that's right. Andrew's wife, Kathy. They married 2 or 3 years ago. She doesn't work, just a housewife.
That's what I thought.
Why? Do you happen to know her? Is she an acquaintance?
She's an old high school classmate. We went to Reston High School together. You know Reston, right?
Oh, really? How wonderful. I knew she went there, but...
Yeah, well, it's a small town. There are a few junior highs around, but Reston is the only high school, so everyone ends up going there.
I had no idea you two went to the same school. Small world, huh? Were you guys friends?
No, not really. Beth, I don't want to alarm you or anything, but please, I urge you to escape from the back exit. It leads right into the east parking area. I think I saw you parked there earlier. Just leave, right now!
Wait, pardon me? The back exit? What are you talking about? Why should I exit through the back and not the front? Did I do something wrong?
No, you did nothing wrong. You're the victim here. There's an employee-only stairway down the hall. It'll take you to the first floor and out the back. I saw that you park right by the exit door, so please hurry. Try not to be seen too much.
But I have this appointment with my daughter-in-law. She wants to talk to me about something important. I should at least text her.
I can tell you right now that Kathy is not there. She's the problem.
Hang on, Paula, what are you saying?
I'm saying it's not safe for you to go in there. It's best that you leave.
Not safe? What's going on, Paula? Please tell me.
I know, all this must be bewildering to you. I'm so sorry to frighten you, but please, trust me on this. Tell you what, we can drive to the diner down the street and talk there. I'll explain everything, but we need to get out of here right now.
Paula, I've known you to be a trustworthy person, and this must be important. I'm gonna trust you on this. All right, I'll do as you say, but you make sure you tell me everything. Don't leave anything out. You got that?
Don't worry about that. I give the complete lowdown. Hey Mom, where are you? I'm getting tired of waiting. It's been quite some time since I texted you. How long does it take to come to the 3rd floor, for Pete's sake? Did you stop off in the bathroom or something? Or are you having a drink at the hotel bar, for Pete's sake? How much longer are you gonna make me wait? Like I said, it's the Sunshine Suite.
Oh, Kathy, I'm so sorry about this. I got a little held up, but I suddenly had an urgent matter at home and I had to return. I had no choice.
Hold it 1 second. Does that mean you're not coming? You skipped out on me?
Like I said, there was an emergency at home, and I was called back. I could not ignore it. I'm really sorry about this, Kathy. I was just gonna send you a text about it when you beat me to it. Sorry.
What? How could you? I made this reservation for you. I reserved the Sunshine Suite, for Pete's sake. This room is hard to get, you know. They're usually fully booked. You can just show up for a few minutes. You don't have to stay over or anything. Just show up for a minute. Have a cup of tea and then you can head back. What do you say?
I already got in the highway. It's just too much trouble.
Already on the highway heading home? Seriously? Does that mean you're almost home?
Yes, I'm so sorry. We'll reschedule for another day, so let's talk then. What do you say? This is an emergency. It just can't be helped. I recommend that you have a nice relaxing time there by yourself. Get reinvigorated, have some wine, and we'll talk later.
I don't need to. Just come here to the Sunshine Suite, just for a second.
I should concentrate on my driving. My exit is coming up. Don't want to miss it. I'll talk to you later. I'm really sorry about this, Kathy.
Mom, don't cut me off!
Paula, are you there? Sorry to be late. Thanks for explaining everything to me earlier, and for rescuing me. I can't thank you enough. I just got off the highway and I'm sitting here at the mall. Thought I would drop you a line to put your mind at ease.
Beth, I'm so glad you made it back okay. I took an Uber back to the hotel after we talked. I didn't run into Kathy at the hotel. She didn't check out yet, it seems. It was just pure luck that I happened to overhear them talking in the lobby about their plans. I hate to imagine what would have happened if I missed that. Saved you the nick of time. I can finally breathe easy.
But how about you? Are you okay, Paula? If they find out that it was you who warned me, I don't know what they would do. She might want to get back at you for ruining her plans. They're probably still there. Won't they find out?
Don't worry about it. I think everything is fine. Maybe it's because I lost so much weight. It's been years since I last saw her. I don't think she would recognize me. As a matter of fact, I walked right by her this morning in the lobby and she looked right at me, but there was no recognition whatsoever in her face. But if it makes you feel any better, my husband's aunt helps me run the place and she'll be handling all the front desk operations today and tomorrow. So I'll be seeing the office and work there. I'll keep my head down while they're here just in case. They'll check out tomorrow morning and that will be the end of it.
That would make me feel a whole lot better. Well, I just hope it all ends as you say.
And another thing, maybe it really doesn't matter, but Kathy had always looked down on me. Always thought I was a loser and would never make anything of myself. She's got this case mentality, especially if you're not well off. She tends to ignore you. Anyway, she would never in the world imagine that I would become the owner of a high-end resort hotel. She probably thinks I would end up working part-time at McDonald's.
Oh, not you, Paula. I knew you would succeed someday. You always had the shine in you.
Thank you. You should get back home, Beth, and drive carefully.
Thanks for everything, Paula. I certainly won't forget this.
Mom, pick up, right this minute. What the hell is this? Did you do this? Is this your doing?
Oh, hello, Kathy. We haven't talked the last couple of days. Huh? What's this about? Are you angry at me for some reason?
Andy just asked me for a divorce. He just came out and said it, like out of the blue. I asked him why and he told me I was to blame for that resort hotel fiasco last weekend. This is all because you canceled that hotel invitation right at the last minute. If you hadn't walked away, if you would have done what I told you, none of this would have happened. What the hell is going on here? Why didn't you go through with the plan? What kind of cock and bull story did you feed him?
Oh, so you do know about this so-called hotel fiasco.
What the hell are you talking about?
Let me stop you right there before you continue, Kathy. I know about all your little schemes that you concocted. The little trap that you had set for me. So quit giving me the runaround.
You know? How do you know? Who told you about it? Is that why you took off so suddenly?
You told me to go to that Sunshine Suite, right? Well, I know that there was going to be a guy in there. A guy that you had hired. He was going to be sitting on the bed half naked. And as I walked in, you were planning on catching me in some kind of romantic rendezvous with this man. You were going to take photos and fabricate a false narrative. Some far-fetched story of infidelity. Then you were going to send those photos to my husband saying you caught me in the act with some young man.
Where did you hear? Who told you that? Why would I do that? I have no reason to concoct such an elaborate scheme.
I think Andrew was well aware of your infidelity. He knew long ago that you were cheating on him.
Wait, what? How could he know? I was super careful.
Well, it seems he had hired a private investigator to check you out. Those guys are pretty good at their jobs.
He hired a private investigator? Seriously?
And there was someone else. Someone that got wind of your fiendish scheme and was kind enough to inform me in the nick of time. She rescued me from falling into your trap. A trap set by you, Kathy.
Who the hell was that? Tell me. Who warned you?
Do you really think I would tell you?
Where the hell did this get out? I didn't talk to anybody about my plans except with that guy. He wouldn't warn you. Or would he? Maybe you paid him more. Is that it? Is that who told you?
You always think you're number one, that you always have the upper hand, but that doesn't seem to be the case at all.
What are you talking about?
You have your heads up in the cloud, Kathy. People aren't as ignorant as you think. People see right through you.
You lost me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I figured you wouldn't understand. You always think you're right. There is one question I want answered, though. Can you do that?
What is it?
Why'd you even come up with this preposterous scheme of yours? I mean, what good would it do you? You're my daughter-in-law, but we live separately and our relationship is ordinary. We don't talk much, but there's no real animosity between us. So why? Why concoct this elaborate game to trap me? Make me out to be some cheating wife? What did I ever do to you, Kathy? Do you hate me so much that you would ruin me?
Oh, acting the innocent, are we? You really have no idea, do you?
Acting innocent? What are you talking about? What exactly did I do?
That afternoon, I invited you to that hotel. You remember, right? I was sitting in the parking area of Midland Mall. I was with my boyfriend. We were, doing what grown adults do. This was way over in the corner, by the trees. Not many cars around. It was a weekday. I looked up and saw you, and you were sitting in your car right across from us, staring at us with those patronizing eyes.
Hang on one second. Are you saying I witnessed you with some guy other than your husband? Is that what you're saying?
Duh, did you finally figure it out? I figured before you could blab to Andy about my little affair, I would trick you into this little trap, which would lead to divorce. I went to work setting this up right away. So even if you blabbed to Andy and your husband about seeing me with a guy, how could they believe you, right? I took the initiative. That's what I'm saying. Before everything fell apart, I had to fix it.
So this is the so-called fiasco you're talking about, huh?
Oh, please, shut the hell up, would you? It would have worked like a charm if your little helper hadn't appeared.
You know what, Kathy? I haven't been to Midland Mall in years. I mostly shop downtown. Besides, it was a work day.
Pardon me? But I saw you there. It was you.
And on that day, I was working all day. How could I be there?
No way. You're making that up. Maybe you just stopped in on your way downtown or you were on your break or something. You just forgot you went there.
No, I work inside the office all day. I bring my own lunch. I've never left the office during the day. I prefer to stay put. Tires me out at this age. And my office is in the opposite direction from Midland Mall. I was never near that place. I'm not even sure I remember how to get there, to be honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask my coworkers. They were with me at the office the whole day. You know Mrs. Carlson from next door, right? You could ask her. You know what, Kathy? This whole fiasco, to borrow your word, seems like a simple case of mistaken identity.
Then who the hell was that? That woman in the car. That woman giving me that dirty look.
Don't ask me. It sure wasn't me.
But that can't be. I saw you. It was you. It was definitely you.
No, someone that looked like me is more like it. I was nowhere near the mall that day.
A total stranger? Is that what you're telling me? That was a total stranger?
That possibility is quite high, I must admit.
This is not happening. Who the hell was that, for God's sake?
Andrew called me and he said he was going to talk to his lawyer and demand a considerable amount for damages. He was furious that you had devised such a vile scheme on his own mother.
Is he nuts? What damages? And I don't have any money. And that plan failed. It never went through.
But if it had succeeded, I'm sure you'd be working the rest of your life paying him off.
Why is this happening to me? Oh God, all I did was try to protect my interest.
If it was just a cheating, maybe you would have gotten off easy. Oh well, nothing you could do about it now.
This is a total nightmare. If I didn't do anything, I would have been better off. Seriously?
I always say you shouldn't do things on impulse. It's never a rosy picture in the end.
A little late of that, don't you think?
Andrew tried talking to Kathy, but they just could not come to an understanding. She was adamant that she did nothing wrong and that the boyfriend was just a one-time fling. Andrew had no other choice but to explain the entire situation to her parents. Her parents flew in from the West Coast the following day. They were furious at what she had done, not only the cheating but also the devious scheme she concocted. Andrew provided all the photos and evidence of her infidelity, including the data the private investigator collected. She had apparently been seeing the guy for over a year, so it was not a one-time thing that she had claimed. They finally persuaded her to apologize and admit her guilt, and eventually she reluctantly agreed to a divorce. Andrew contacted me the other day to inform me that the divorce finally went through. As for compensation, Andrew's lawyer is demanding compensation from both Kathy and her lover. Of course, she insisted she had no money to pay him off, so a friend introduced her to a live-in job back east. I hear she's currently working at a fisheries factory on the East Coast. I hear the work is hard and that she's working day and night to pay off her debts. That was the last I heard from her. I hope she manages to get her life back on track, but she's not part of my life anymore. So, why worry?
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.